Hey guys, welcome back. This is a Project Life week 47. I've got a few weeks of 2021 Project Life to kind of catch up on, so there might be a few extra videos around here as I try to finish up this year before 2022 starts. Today I'm using, there's a couple of kits in here. They're from Studio Calico. I kind of combined them a few months ago. I think they're from earlier in the year. I don't remember which month they were because they took so long to arrive. It was well and truly over. But I've got these couple of kits and I'm just going to use these because I find it so much easier to put together a really quick week using a kit. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to use all of the colors. So my photos this week were a little bit kind of a bit plain, but kind of dark, a bit dark and dreary. It's kind of, summer here, but we're having a pretty bad week weather-wise. And the way this came together, I just kind of filled it up with color, and I love it. To be honest, I needed a shot of color in the arm today. So I've pulled out just kind of a filler card. I've got a journal card, and then the rest is like crazy colorful patterns. There's a few kind of embellishments left over in these kits. So I've got a few chipboard sheets. There's a tiny word sheet and a few kind of labely die cuts, but that's really all I've got. The stamp sets were like a little bit themed, so they're not really appropriate for the photos that I've got this week. And the couple of alphas that are in here as well, you know the story. They're missing E's, so I'm going to use some stamps instead. But I'm really just going to kind of use up as much as I can before I break up what remains of these kits and add them into my stash. So I started with a really easy 3x4 card because the photo says, the chipboard says, ugh. And that's a photo of me taking all my meds for my headaches and allergies, and it was a bad allergy week. So the chipboard was super appropriate, but it was kind of pink and white. So I added that into the card on top of one of those kind of yellow, I guess they're labels, kind of shaped labels. They're quite cute. I like them. I'm going to use them as a little bit of a theme through the rest of the page here, which I'm doing down here already. So I've got a couple of these pink ones, and I'm going to end up using both of them. I'm creating a little cluster on my cloud paper here. I added a couple of photos onto this card. I'm really only going to have one journal card this week, so I'm filling in the sort of space a little bit with some of these extra embellishments. Now, I realized I had the second pink one. I'm just going to add that on top, kind of fills in the blank space there, and it is going to point towards my journaling card, which I haven't decided on the journaling at this point, but it may well involve parts of this photo too. So I've added that, but then I added another little extra chipboard on there. It says 100% green, lime green. You'll see there's a little bit of kind of that citrony yellow lime green going on here. I'm trying to expand. I'm like accepting all of the colors this week. There's no color scheme here except all of the colors. I'm going to add some more on here because these little tiny word stickers are they're very pretty. They're very pretty yellow, so I'm going to add some yellow in here as well. As I was doing this, I was kind of feeling like, oh, am I adding too much? But I think because the photos are so, I guess, kind of neutral, they're not super colorful photos, so they can kind of handle all of this extra color. It doesn't become too overwhelming because there's that kind of balance there. So because I added one yellow sticker, I decided I needed to add a few, so I'm literally adding them everywhere. And I decided that before I get onto my title card, I've got one kind of big photo left over. I haven't really added anything onto here. It's a little bit contradictory, I guess. It says always on the sunny side, the sticker, which is, ironic, I guess, from the photo, which was right before we had this like huge storm. So a little bit kind of backwards there, but I kind of liked the contrast of it. Now I moved on to my title card, and I had picked out this spotty 4x6 card to have as the title card, which is a super bold kind of pattern for adding alphas onto. So like I said, the alphas in those kits, I didn't have ease. They were quite little, and to be honest, I don't think they would have stood out that well on this pattern anyway. So I've grabbed an alpha stamp. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. I'll link anything I can down below in the description box for you, but it's super nice, thick, bold, which shows up on this really kind of polka dotty pattern. It doesn't have numbers with it though, so I've added another one of those little labels. Any of them that are coming in from the sides, I'm trying to kind of hide half the label, so I've kind of stuck that off to the side and then added my week number onto there. I don't want to add another label though for the date stamping, so I'm just going to stamp the dates up in the kind of white space of that polka dot and call the title card done. So I don't have a whole lot left to do, but I did kind of want to add a little bit onto this filler card. So it says let's roll. It's next to the photo of us grabbing a Starbucks coffee. This was a week from November, but it was kind of the start of like the holiday coffees. So we did go and get a Christmas coffee. So I figured I would make this kind of filler card more about that photo because the journaling, again, I haven't really decided what I'm going to do for the journaling. So I've stamped out a coffee time. Let's roll coffee time. And I'm just going to fill in that little gap there with one of those chipboard hearts. They're sort of one of my favorite things, and so I'm going to add a few more. I did add one on our coffee photo, so it kind of ties it all together, but I'm going to add a bunch more on here, so it kind of negates that anyway. So this chipboard sticker looked a little bit bare on its own compared to everything else. Everything else has got kind of a bit of a cluster going on. So I added half a label and another yellow tiny word sticker. I didn't love how the tiny word sticker kind of joined that label though. So I am going to add a little heart up there. And then I've gone away and I've done my journaling. I decided just to do a bit of lists journaling. It's kind of my favorite. I added all of the good things about the week, popped on a couple of chipboard hearts to fill in that gap at the bottom, and called this week done. So super quick week. That's my plan for the rest of the weeks of 2021. Let's see how we go. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you want to keep watching, there are a couple more videos on screen. Otherwise, I'll see you again really soon. Bye.